what's up guys? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Crystal and this is Crystal's Copia, where we live a life of abundance. If you're new here, welcome and thank you so much for clicking on this video. Today we're going to talk about one of my favorite productivity hacks. I know life can be crazy, especially now with everything that's going on. Some of us are transitioning back to work, or we're trying to find our new normal with working from home. Sometimes when things like this disrupt our schedule, it's really hard to stay productive and manage stress and anxiety, because I do feel like when you're working in a new environment, it takes a little while for you to get back to that productive state because you're getting used to new distractions, new systems, a new setup, things like that. So I am self-employed. I work from home and was working from home before the coronavirus stuff happened, but now I am transitioning back into the salon. I am a cosmetologist. I have been a stylist for 13 years, but I did take a few years off to do some real estate with my husband, which I am going to continue to do on a part-time basis, but I'm going back to the salon. And so what a perfect time as I'm going through this transition to talk to you about ways that help to keep my mind clear and organized and allow me to add things to my plate without it disrupting other things. I hope you guys enjoy this video. If you do and you like videos like this, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. It lets me know the type of content that you like, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you never miss a video with me again. That being said, let's get into the productive hacks. The first productivity hack that I swear by and love to do is I love little notebooks, right? I'm a total list maker. I know many of us are. And sometimes those lists give us a false sense of control over our schedule, right? But it always feels good to have a plan in place, even if it's just like a template that we're gonna follow and stray from a little bit, but an outline of what we like to accomplish. So the first thing I like to do whenever I am adding something new or I am trying to, reset my schedule is I make a list of big rocks. Now, big rocks are things that if I accomplish these things in my week, I am going to be feeling so productive, right? So for me, my big rocks are things like working out, meal prepping, budgeting and billing, marketing the salon, filming and editing. I have a family time in there, date night in there, my AM and PM routine, some time with friends, a little bit of self-care, my work hours, and then times when I'm gonna wash my hair, which I know sounds ridiculous, but quite the feat to get this fro, smooth and clean. So I put that into the week. So these are things that I need to accomplish every single week. And if I do accomplish those, I'm going to be feeling like I'm doing good things. I'm moving my business forward, moving closer to my goals, things like that. So by making a list of these big rocks, it's going to really help you to kind of figure out what your standard week is going to look like. What are things that are important to you and things that we need to make sure that we're scheduling into our week. I also put next to these, whether they are weekly or daily things or every once in a while. So once I can see those, then I can see where they need to fall into, whether it needs to be added to a routine or just certain days of the week where I can achieve these things. And at the bottom of my big rocks, I went ahead and put my work schedule. So this is going to be the template for when I plan for the rest of my week. There you go. List your big rocks, list the important items. That's tip number one. Now, after I've done that, I'm using that as a little guide, and then I'm going through Monday through Sunday, or however you want to set up your week, and I'm creating a perfect day. Now, a perfect day, it blocks out where I'm actually working. It makes time for my AM and PM routine, and then I plug in those big rocks where they will best fit. Some of my work days are shorter than others, so on a very long work day, I know I can't squeeze in too many things. So that might be just AM and PM routine with my work schedule. But I go through my week. I usually do a week on a page since this is a smaller notebook, but it allows me to just see how the week's could look. So this is like Tuesday, that was Monday, this is Tuesday. And again, I've slowly plugged in those items that I want to accomplish. And then this can work as a template. Do things change? Absolutely. Have I been known to alter my work schedule to fit in clients? Yes, I do that. But at least this gives me a guide, and I can see at the end of each week when I kind of sit down and do my weekly reflection, which is very important. It allows me to look back at my week and see, okay, was I able to fit those things in? Did Tuesday look like this, or was it just a mess? It's extremely helpful to have a little guide for myself when I'm planning my week on Sunday night. So that's my next tip, is make your ideal work week or ideal week in general, and then review it weekly. So tip number 2, create your ideal week. And tip number 3, review it on a regular basis, whichever day of the week works best for you to do that, so that you can tweak it and change things accordingly. I know I have a bad habit of thinking things take less time than they do. And so that reflection period really allows me to see how much time I actually need for each item and which areas of my schedule are just kind of bogging me down, whether I'm wasting time or things like that. My fourth tip for you guys is to use one planner. Now, I love making lists in notebooks, and I do have a paper notebook that I'm about to show you that I use a lot, but all of my appointments and time blocking things are on one calendar. I use a calendar called Vigaro, which is actually my work calendar. It's where my clients schedule appointments, and that's where I put my personal items as well. So then I have one calendar to look at, all my real estate appointments, hair appointments, everything in one spot. So then I know that's the most up-to-date information when I'm planning. So that's the next tip for you guys, is try to use one planner, one planning system. Also, if you have other people scheduling things on your books like I do, or you have a big family with activities, I recommend using a digital planner just because it's easy to share with people and it's easy to see really clearly what each week and day and month looks like. So one calendar, that will help you a lot. The next and final tip I have for you guys is to have a notebook as a catch-all. So one notebook, it's really important to have one notebook. So I do have this notebook here. This is the Creative Minds Journal, and I will leave it linked down below. I am loving this. It can be used like a bullet journal. I use it as a notebook. I love it because it has calendars in there already set up. Now I've decorated mine and put stickers on, as you can see, which you definitely don't have to do. You can leave them plain. I'll try to show you a more plain one. I added date stickers to mine, but you can just write these in, or you can use this to create like in your ideal week or ideal month, but they're blank. So you can make them as minimal or as pretty as you want, which I love. They also have the month broken up into weekly chunks, so you can do like a running to-do list. They have blank pages in here that you can just have, you know, just a brain dump if you want. But I love how versatile it is. I love how well made it is. It rides around in my purse. It has a ribbon to keep track of your list. So like right now, I'll show you. So this is a master to-do list I have in here. So this was from last week, and I transferred over what didn't get done to the next page, but I keep this with me at all times, and I try to write only in this. Now, sometimes I'll do like some chicken scratches or something on, you know, like when I was creating my big rocks thing, I went ahead and just listed that on an old piece of paper, ripped it out, but then I put it in here, or I could have just written it in here. It's totally up to you. But I recommend having one spot where you keep all the little lists, the things you want to remember that aren't going to go in your calendar as appointments. So that way, when I do have gaps in my day, I will write in the task list on my digital calendar, I will write C list, because, okay, I see I have a 30-minute gap in between my appointments today. Well, that's not really enough time to do much. So maybe then I'm going to do some salon cleaning, or maybe I'm going to go look at my to-do list and see if there's a phone call I can make to cross off the list. My schedule being so busy and so different every day, without my digital calendar and without this notebook, I would not be able to remember and keep track of the things I need to keep track of. Also, without creating this plan and this, you know, perfect week, I don't know that I would know where to start. And so if you're feeling extremely overwhelmed or anxious, I recommend trying these tips, creating a plan for yourself and scheduling those important things in your week that are really going to fill your cup up and make you feel productive, whether that's growing your business, growing your mind or your faith, or spending time with the people you care about. Okay, guys, I want to touch on one more thing for my productivity video. When I talked about the importance of those lists, the list is so important. Keeping it all in one place is so important, because not only do you need it to help you remember everything, because it's a lot to keep track of. I know we all have a lot on our plate, but also there's a lot of pockets in the day, in the evening, where there's some missed opportunities, where we have maybe 15 minutes or 30 minutes. It's not enough time to get something huge done, but we, you know, we'll tend to waste that time, you know, scrolling on social media, watching a show, when really, if we could plug those little tasks into those time spots, we would feel really productive at the end of the day. And then when we're finally done working, we can really plug into our family and really be present and really actually relax and enjoy our evenings. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. It lets me know the type of content that you like, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you never miss a video with me again. That being said, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.